in a situation where a person has a drinking problem or they're being harmful to you, the kid, themselves, it's like, and you haven't told their mother or you haven't told yours, you know what I'm saying? Now would be the time that you would want to do that. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your July solar session. I'm Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. If you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are your spirituality as well as personal development readings in which we look at the energies that you guys may encounter for a given month for the sole purpose of giving you clarity, insight, guidance, and all that good stuff and whatnot. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So anywho, we're gonna go ahead and jump into your cards if they ever decide to come out of the deck. But while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to tell you guys what I have been saying to just about every other sign, which is with us being in July, we have surpassed the midpoint of the month. And those of you who are woke bookers, okay, now would be a good time for you to look back at the last 6 months just to kind of check in with yourself as well as your goals. Interesting. So the first cards that came out, Capricorn, are the Seven of Cups in the reverse, the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. So the first thing that comes to me, Capricorn, coming out of June into July, it's more or less you guys feeling as if you're out of options. It's almost as if there's a decision or a choice that needs to be made coming into the first week of July, but it's almost feeling as if you're being I would have to say like strong armed, like as opposed to you having a plethora of different paths that you could walk. It's kind of like, I was gonna say like there's almost like one, but I don't even feel that. It's almost kind of like you guys feel how things are going forward at present, that you have no choice in the matter, is how I'll say that. And then coming into the Five of Pentacles, it almost feels like, I want to say mutiny, you know, it's almost like, if I were to say it like this, I have to give an example of why does I say mutiny. It's almost like if you think of like a king, right? And there's a king that's over like a kingdom, right? And there's like a coup that happens, right? So all the people on the court and everything come together, they create like this whole plan and like dethrone the king. So it's like you have no choice in the matter because it's like you're thrown out of your own kingdom. And that brings us into the Five of Pentacles, where you're kind of on the outskirts. And with this this Ace of Wands, it's almost what it feels to me, this is kind of going back to what the energy would be prior to July. So it's almost like having a really great idea for urban development in this proverbial kingdom, if you will, right? And you're waiting to exact this plan. This coup and this overthrow happens. You're thrown out of the kingdom. And now it's not really knowing where to go from there. Because with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, it's almost as if having lost everything, if that's making sense. So to put this into everyday kind of terms, it's almost as if Capricorn was put into a position to where, you know, either someone put you out or you guys got fired. You didn't have, you know, a choice in the matter. It's feeling almost as if you're at the will of the situation. The way you guys are feeling about that is like shunned and like ostracized, feeling alone as if you don't have anything. It's not really knowing how to move forward from that, you know? And I feel you guys may be in a place right now where it's shock, it's despair, and not really knowing what to do. It's being stuck, if you will. But I feel by the 23rd of July, you guys would have a bit more clarity on how to move forward, because it would be one of those things where if we went back to the kingdom analogy, it would be, do you need to get like a ragtag team or like a militia together to go back and take back your kingdom? Or do I just accept it for what it is and just move forward? And I think that's more or less the place where you guys are grappling between, of like, do you go back and try to vindicate the situation, fix it in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or take back what you feel is rightfully yours? Or do you just release it all together and move forward, right? But I feel with this, so say if we're talking specifically about like a relationship type of deal, this would be something where, or even a roommate situation, like say if you were in a romantic relationship with someone and the two of you were like living together and the person put you out, right? It's like, you know, you, and say if you weren't working at the time or whatever, so it's like you don't have a job, you don't have a place to stay. And it's almost like, and God forbid that this is going on, but it's almost like literally being homeless. You know what I'm saying? It's like the person you're in a partnership with never had a conversation about you. It's just you came home one day, hypothetically, and the locks were changed, you know? Like the locks were changed and they put you out and you don't have anywhere to go. And it's not really knowing where to go from here is the vibe that I'm kind of getting with this, you know? So, and that's completely understandable, you know, to be, oh, look at that. This ends well. The card that came out is the Sun card, and that's Leo energy. So I feel with this situation, this completely shifts dynamics. I feel, yes, there is a loss here. Yes, I do feel like this is something where I really do feel like this hit Capricorns out of left field. I feel you had intentions of a new beginning or turning over a new leaf in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Like, again, if this is a relationship, it's wanting to work on it, or if it's a roommate situation, it's wanting to heal whatever the rift was or taking a new approach type of deal. But this decision was made without you being consulted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had no idea that this was even on the table. You didn't know that your roommate was going to put you out. You didn't know that your partner wanted to break up. So that's like a stun and a shock to you. You lose everything and it's not really knowing how to move forward. However, I feel by the 23rd of July, like legit in Leo season, because the 23rd of July is the day after Leo season starts. So it's more or less by Leo season, things are going to shift for you guys. And this is one of those things where it's kind of like your blessing. Wait, what is it? Your rejection is your protection kind of vibe I get from this. It seems really horrible right now, but this is something that stopped and halted, that is getting you back into alignment where it is that you're supposed to be. Because I feel whatever this situation is that we're talking about wasn't the best place for you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't in alignment with your truth. It wasn't, you know, good for who you are. And it may more or less be like a interesting. I'm clarifying these cards, clarifying the Seven of Cups in the reverse is the soldier. This is like one of those, you know, old school like Sevilla kind of deals. But it's the soldier in the reverse. So this is more or less like a wounded warrior kind of vibe, and you not being able to put up a fight or stand your ground. So that's pretty much confirming what I was feeling with this Seven of Cups, that you really didn't have a choice in the matter. It's like this is a decision that was made without you. So if you think about an amicable breakup, right? Or, you know, losing your job, it's like finding out that all of your coworkers got together with your boss and like the assistant manager, the shift supervisor, all of this stuff. And they all had a conversation and made a vote, and everybody was like, we should all totally fire them type of deal, and never really giving you a chance to explain your side of the story, if you will, or, give any insight into it, or a partner that just kind of put you out or broke up with you without ever, like, I had no idea we even had like relationship problems. I thought we were good, and I don't know if you guys have Libra in your chart, or if you guys are dating a Libra, or your boss is a Libra or something along those lines, because this reminds me of the energy that kind of took over Libra's reading, where there was like a partner that was like, you know what I'm saying? And like, like working and all this other kind of stuff. And Libra had like no clue, that the person was unhappy. It sounds a lot like that scenario. So, I mean, I would check out the Libra reading too, if that's relevant to you, you know what I'm saying? But I really feel like this is like a person who got the rug pulled from under them, if you will. Whoa. Ain't that something? Boo-hoo cards came out. Okay, pleasure seekers came out. That's a card of like wilding out and drunkenness, like a person who drinks too much, then we have child. So it's a couple of ways I can see this child. Okay, let me see what other cards came out. We have love, we have fortune in the reverse, we have journey in the reverse, and we have old woman. So what this is looking like to me, Capricorn, is that for you guys, I feel y'all fall into this wounded warrior kind of vibe. I mean, hey, you could actually be in the military. I have no idea. Or this could involve, whoever the other person is. God forbid, this would be someone being like dishonorably discharged or something like that, because I know that that's hella serious. But what is more or less looking like to me is like a person who does not stand up for themselves. I feel in this relationship or job, there was never really you standing up for yourself, or it's just all of this stuff happening behind your back. I do feel with this pleasure seekers card, either we're talking about somebody that has a drinking issue, or it's just almost like how I talked about coworkers coming together. It's like after work chatter. Like I see this more or less as people who like will go hang out and go to happy hours and stuff like that after they get off from work. But it's almost like this chummy type of deal. It's almost like that you can't sit with us kind of vibe. So it's like whether these are people in your life or coworkers, it's almost like a clique. That's the word. It's cliquish. You know what I'm saying? But the key sign for these people is they're unprofessional. They drink a lot. They're just like, they out here wilding type of deal. Now, the beautiful thing with this is with this child, this could mean that literally, God forbid, I hope this isn't a situation again where, because this is a whole nother scenario that I'm getting with this, where it's like, man, see what happens with these cards. A very specific storyline I'm seeing is like a person who was in the military that like served in a war, has PTSD, got back here, and I'm saying here like as in America, like comes back to America, and how they cope with their PTSD is drinking a lot, right? And them being like just irate and just like out of control, you know what I'm saying, when they drink. And with this child is like having a, like either being married to this person or having a kid with this person, and that falling into the scenario of this putting out type of deal, because it's almost like this person being, belligerent and drunk and irate, and them putting like the wife and the kid out type of deal. And it being one of those things where like maybe you didn't work or something like that, so you being put out, like you don't have anything, if that doesn't make sense. So it's not really knowing how to move forward, and where you guys would be in this place of going back and forth is, you know, because you love the person, but they're dealing with something and it's not really knowing what to do with that. Now, where this old woman would come in, that's me going through love to fortune in the reverse to journey in the reverse. But going to this old woman card, and this falling on top of the sun card, this could be a mother figure. It could be a Leo woman, someone that you trust. I feel is more or less needing to go to this person either for help or guidance or clarity, because I get this vibe of people not knowing that this is happening, you know, or even if this is this person's mother, like if this has happened or this is like a reoccurring thing and this is this person's mother, it's like I feel now would be the time to kind of tell that person, if that's making sense. If we're going back to a job situation, this would more or less be like, say if you got fired from your job or something like that, or there was some type of like betrayal, sneaky conniving type of stuff going on. And it's more or less, you know, figuring out how am I going to pay my bills? Like, how do I move forward? What do I do now? Like, this is unfair. Like feeling like you got the short end of the stick because you really, truly, wholeheartedly loved what you did. I feel for that group of you guys that this, the new opportunity that's coming for you guys is a lot better than where it is that you got out of. You know, but I feel that this opportunity is going to come from an older woman, and she very well may be a Leo, or this opportunity is going to come in Leo season. So towards the ending of this month. And I feel that there was any mutiny or like lies or, you know, anything like that that happened to you all, I feel you all are going to be vindicated with that as well, like the truth kind of coming out. So this is like worst case scenario situation to happen that's bringing you to better. So it's like whatever you're leaving behind is for your highest good, if that makes sense. But I know that, you know, I'm saying what you're leaving behind. I don't really feel like this was you guys' choice, but this is almost like it may not look like it now, but it's a divine intervention that's getting you to where it is that you're really supposed to be, because I feel where you were was taking you out of alignment with yourself. And there's stuff going on in the background with other people, you know, that you may or may not know about. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word for it. Like, I guess conspiracy would be the word I'm looking for. It's like a conspiracy or a coup. It's stuff that's happening like behind your back that you're not aware of, you know? But I feel like this is like, of course, the beginning part of this month is not super dope. It's not great. And I'm sorry you guys are going through that, but I feel the vindication comes in the fact that things are really going to go in your favor towards the ending of this month. Like as soon as we get into Leo season. So I'm going to pull a card for you guys from the Rebel deck. I feel like, you know what? No, I'm not going to use this. This does not feel right. I'm going to pull from, I'm going to pull from this one. Energy with that don't feel right. Acting as if. Today, I will try acting as if, a positive form of pretending. This is a good way to get past part of a problem or overcome fears and doubts. I will act as if the situation is already resolved and get on with my life. Dude, that's beautiful. Now, let me see. Depending on what your situation is, Capricorn, that will not be the easiest thing, because it could feel like you're lying to yourself or you're in denial. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the severity of, which is why I'm gonna pick another one. Depending on the severity of your situation, you know, acting as if, like, meaning when we talk about this new thing that's coming in for you guys towards the ending of July, right? It's like you standing in faith on that. Now, manifestation wise, that can totally help you because you're helping yourself to align with that frequency. Like, acting as if it's already done. Like, I know it's coming. I know the money's coming, the new job, like the new place, whatever the case may be. But if thinking about this situation with, if it's someone who has a kid that got put out by, you know, a partner who's suffering with PTSD and is drinking a lot, that's a little harder to do. Communicating clearly. Today, I will communicate clearly and directly in my conversations with others. I will strive to avoid manipulative, indirect, or guilt-producing statements. I can be tactful and gentle or assertive if necessary. I do what is right in the moment. Now with this, I feel like this goes back to like with the person with the kiddo type of deal, or if you're dealing with a partner who, you know, is in a situation similar to that. This can be either you needing to talk to your mom and tell your mother the truth, or auntie, like whoever is an older woman that you trust, confiding in them and telling them the truth about what you've been hiding about this person. Because I feel it's hiding because it's like trying to protect them type of deal, where you don't want to, you know, like how it is, like when you're married and stuff, it's like any little squabble you have with your husband or wife, it's like you don't want to go run back and tell your parents, because when you know, get over the problem or whatever, you guys resolve it, then you got your parents looking at the person side-eyed type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even advise that, like talking to your parents about petty squabbles, like nah. But in a situation where a person has a drinking problem, or they're being harmful to you, the kid, themselves, it's like, and you haven't told their mother or you haven't told yours, you know what I'm saying? Now would be the time that you would want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this is past the threshold of like petty squabble. It's like, you know, things are kind of escalating, and now it's time to reach out for help and to be honest about what it is that's going on. Whew, that's heavy. That has been your reading, Capricorn. I'm going over to my network to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. If not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.